He's obviously a great player. He does so many different things on the court, and he was rated the #1 prospect in the country, for good reason. He's proven so far this year what he can do and how good he is as a player, and how bright his future is going to be. So it's never easy to match up with a player like that and try to stop him, but it's either do that or go home without a national title. So we're going to do what we can to make sure that happens.
Physically much more. My game's taking a turn for the better, and I'm just feel more prepared every time I'm on the court. I feel more in control, and everything's a little slower. And I think that's what you need. I need another year at least to just get my mind down, get the game down, and just realize that I can play. I can play with anyone, and having that confidence is big for me. And I think I've done a good job, so far this year and in this tournament. And compared to other years, I think I've taken a big step. Yeah, that was like my D- game. Didn't play up to my potential. Didn't play up to my standards, and that one was on me. I know it's not a one person that makes or break a game, but I didn't do what I needed for our team to win that game, and that was frustrating for me. That was in a stretch where I was down on myself and just didn't have my legs back and wasn't confident. But you can't make excuses. Just didn't play well, didn't play my game, and I've learned from it though. Gotten better from it, and I'm in a new state of mind now, and I'm not thinking about the past game. I'm just learning from the past mistakes we've made. I don't know what the perception of us is. I kind of try to ignore that as much as I can. I only go on that type of social media when I have to this time of year, just for my brother wants to know, stuff like that. So I don't really know our perception. Really, it doesn't really matter to me. I think we're a good team. I think we've done a lot of good things, but at the same time, we're not satisfied. The perceptions of ourselves is what's most important, and we want to win a national title. If they don't think we're legit, that's fine. We're going to try to prove them wrong. That's why our shirts say "Make them believe," because we want everyone to be a believer of what we can do, and starts from the top. Some people don't recognize Coach as one of the best, but we see him as one of the best. The things he's done in his years here is ridiculous, and at Platteville. So it's was that good? Good. Yeah, and all the hoopla from other people doesn't really matter to us. We know what we've done, we know what he's done, and we're proud of him for it. He deserves all the recognition he gets. Last night about 3 a.m. it kind of hit me that I was playing the national title. We laid down, and Zach Showalter, who was my roommate, was like, "Man, we're playing in the national title. That's something no one really gets to do." And I was like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool." Sometimes sitting back and realizing what you're doing is what you need to do. You need to realize what situation you're in, but at the same time, we don't really make it out to be huge. Once we tie our shoes up, we don't really feel the nerves. We've played in big games before, maybe not national title magnitude, but we've been now in 2 Final Four games. We've been throughout tournaments, playing big home games, playing against top 5 teams. That's something we like to do. We like to thrive in, and so we're not going to be scared. It's not going to hit us on when we're on the court that it's make or break every second. We're just going to play our game, do our thing, and I don't think you'll see us change anything come Monday night. He's a pro. That's pretty much what you can say about him, and it's exciting to go up against guys like that. I think we've played a lot of good athletes, a lot of good potential pros, here in this tournament, and this is just another guy, another team that has that potential to go up against. So you gotta love it as a competitor. Excited to go up against him. I'm sure he's excited to go up against myself and the team. But it's not just about us. It's about Duke versus Wisconsin. 2 great teams, 2 great coaches, 2 great fan bases. It's gonna be sweet. What more do you want in a game? But as you said, got a lot of respect for Justice and the things he's done. He's been in these games. They've been tight. Since the Big Ten tournament, they've been tight games, but he hasn't changed. We're not an X's and O's team. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but we don't have a drawing board on the side. We don't draw up new stuff. We don't, tinker with our stuff. We know what we can do to win, and what we have is set in stone, and that'll work. And so he has trust in us that we're going to go out there and play the way he's taught us, and just use our natural given abilities, and you know, that skill will carry over if you have the right discipline and the right mental attitude about it. And I think he's happy with how we performed thus far, but we're not happy until we win the whole thing. And then to win it for him would be huge. You know, he deserves as much credit as any coach in the nation for what he's done here. And then to be a part of a team that would win it for him, you know, potentially win it for him, would be something I'll never forget, something I'll always be honored and proud of. And you know, that's a brotherhood that'll stick forever, and no one will be able to take that from us.
Some of them I stumble upon while I'm reading various materials at night, or sometimes they're given to me by friends. I've had probably over 10,000 words tweeted at me since this whole thing started in Omaha, so I've had my selection from those. So it's I never know I get inspiration for these words from a lot of places. He could definitely be compared to, and hopefully we won't let this happen to him, but he can be compared to a lot of the great NBA players that, you know, make the Hall of Fame, but their backlash is always, you know, they never won a championship, or they never won multiple championships. Even though they were great players in their own right, there was always, you know, an obstacle in their way. And currently, I think he's in that boat right now where the world knows he's a great coach. Before it was, he's never been to a Final Four. Okay, now he's been to 2 in a row. And then, you know, the next thing will be, okay, he's never won a national title at the Division I level. So until he does that, I don't think that he'll be put up in the, you know, that class, high class with the guys like Coach K.
It's been really tough, but I think we've been prepared for that. You know, going through a grueling Big Ten season, you know, Big Ten prepares you for stuff like this. You know, you play every style of team. You play big teams, fast teams, physical teams, and you've got to do the little things if you want to win the Big Ten. And we can translate that to big games. And to be able to beat, you know, North Carolina, Arizona, Kentucky, and now have a chance at Duke, that's pretty remarkable for a school that's not considered a powerhouse. I mean, we've done it. We've done it these past 4 or 5 years, and it's just getting shown nationally now this past year or 2. So we deserve it. We've played really hard. We've prepared well. We got great coaches and players. We just got to try to get one more. It would definitely mean a lot. I don't really know what it would mean. It would take me a long time to kind of have it sink in and really realize it. You know, even yesterday, people were like, "Do you realize like how big of a game that was? Like how big of a win that was?" And I still don't. It was just not a game in my mind. Like when you're on the court, you're not really thinking anything like that. So it would be huge to be able to be a part of that. But at the same time, you know, we've done so much this year regardless. These past 2 years, winning championships, getting back-to-back Final Fours, that's stuff you could never take away from us. And just winning this game would be remarkable. But, you know, we're doing everything we can. It doesn't come up at all. I know Bronson sent out a tweet a while ago that says we had 7 Wisconsin All-Stars. So they don't have any of those, so we know we're good players. You know, I mean, Sam arguably should have been one. Bronson should have been one. Frank has developed to be the best player in the country, so it doesn't matter where you were when you were 16, 17 years old. It matters where you are now, and we've proven that we're a pretty good team. We play well together. We're well coached, so that's all that matters.
I think I only talked to him a couple times, but I could just tell even from those 2 times talking to him that he was a really smart guy, a really smart coach, and he kind of, and almost like he knew me after the first time talking, he knew my personality and everything. It was just kind of odd to me how smart he was that way and intellectual. So I mean, there's no surprise he's, you know, that good of a coach, and his players really like playing for him and everything like that. So I mean, yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool to be able to have a chance to talk to, you know, one of the greatest coaches ever. Get back to the first national championship in whatever 74 years or whatever. So I don't know, it'd just be great to bring home a national championship, which has been our goal since, you know, last June. Just coming in as a freshman, that was our ultimate goal that we set for ourselves. So it'd be great.